Just a little bit of clarification to the points raised by Congressman Manuel. Colonel Garma, you mentioned earlier na dati po kayong Chief of Police ng Cebu. Tama po yun?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Mr.
Can you
Chair.
speak louder? Kasi,
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At kanina po nung ginaganap po yung hearing dito, nagdadatingan po yung mga biktima under your watch, and a lot of these victims actually flew in from Cebu. Earlier today, with the interpellation of Congressman Manuel, you confirmed that there was a reward system with regards to the implementation of the drug war. Can you further explain how this reward system was implemented while you were the head cop of the city of Cebu?
Mr. Chair, during my stint as the City Director of Cebu po, yung mga station commanders ay directly reporting to R2. So, pagka may mga incident po, kasi po, widespread yung phone number naman eh. Lahat po ng chief of police yan, makonfirm, mayroon silang number kung saan sila magte-text. So,
Ulit lang po. Sorry, hindi ko narinig.
widespread po yung number kung saan po sila magte-text. During my time po, wala po nagte-text sa akin para ibato ko kay Sir Leonardo para bayaran. Hindi po ganun ang setup sa Cebu. The chief of police would directly report sa R2 po. Alam niyo po, Mr. Chair, during the drug war, sometimes po may mga nababypass din ng mga commanders. Kasi po, ang control is either direct control ng RD or direct control ng R2 or ng mga special units o task force. And sometimes, hindi naman yung territorial police po ang may project nun. Tumatawid po.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, Colonel Garma. But I think it's a little bit hard for me to accept that statement because you were the chief of police of Cebu. Cebu being a highly urbanized city, usually mga regional directors will actually respect, and I'm sure some of the police officers would confirm this with regards to how you supervise, manage the affairs of the PNP in that area. So again, just to
Can I explain, Mr. Chair?
yes, okay, please.
As far as my role po doon, sir, I make sure lang po na ma-investigate in case na may mga ganong incident. Napaprocess ang crime scene, and then kung ayaw po ng biktima na kami mag-imbestiga, ay inaalaw po namin yung NBI to take cognizance. Ganun po yung setup. As to yung pong kung may mga incident like namatay, I never, hindi ako hanggang spot report lang po nakakarating.
Oh, sige. Dagdag lang doon sa tanong with the indulgence of Congressman Suarez. Yung, sino nagde-determine kung sino magiging provincial director, chief of police, at saka yung mga community precinct commanders? Sino nagde-determine nun? Dito, in the context of the drug war, halimbawa, example natin, si Colonel Patay. No, Colonel Patay, you were previously assigned sa Davao. Tama?
Davao del Norte po, Your Honor.
Davao del Norte.
Mr. Chair.
And then, sinong nag-order na ilipat si Colonel Patay dito sa Quezon City? Would you know kung sino yan? Is that part of the system na merong isa na naglilista? Dito ilalagay si Colonel Patay, dito ilalagay si...
Mr. Chair, kasi nagiging culture po kasi ng PNP po na pag ang RD ay malipat o ang PD, may dinadala pong opisyal. Okay? So, yung iba, pag dala mo yung opisyal, pwede mong ilagay kung saang pwesto na qualified naman po silang ilagay. Pero during that time po, meron din pong sitwasyon na some would volunteer that they
Volunteer.
yeah,
So merong nagbo-volunteer.
nagvo-volunteer, which is I think naman po is nagagrant kung minsan because they would say that they can deliver.
And what can they deliver? Ano bakit,
Mga projects po sa area, sa war on drugs.
Be specific para lang for our education kasi hindi naman namin naintindihan. Yung sinabi mong project, ano yun?
Example po, Mr. Chair, alimbawa lang po, like, mag-regional chief ka, halimbawa po, ng isang unit sa IDG. In the case po of Sir Marcos po,
Si Colonel Marcos.
yeah, I
Okay.
think mayroong arrangement
Colonel,
yan.
can you speak louder? Yes.
May arrangement niya na he could deliver mga big fish in the area. Just to give him the opportunity to lead the unit, it's easier. Mga ganun po. Yung iba naman po, nakakapagtrabaho. Tama naman po yung trabaho. Hindi naman po lahat po ay masasabi mong hindi tama po yung ginawa.
Ano bang ibig sabihin nung makaka-deliver? Halimbawa, is Colonel Marcos still here, no? So, anong ibig sabihin nung makaka-deliver?
It's a linggo po sa PNP during that time na if you use the word deliver ay mahuhuli mo yung malaking big fish.
Mahuhuli.
Level 1, level 2 at sigurado po patay po.
In the case of Colonel Marcos, siya ba'y nag-volunteer?
Ang pagkakaalam ko po.
Siya nag-volunteer. Sige.
Yes, sir.
Mamaya
Pagkakaalam ko lang po.
Tatanungin natin siya. So, in order for us to understand fully kung ano yung konteksto nung sinasabing drug war, in the previous hearing, Chairman Acop has tasked the Director General of the BITEA, no, to help us understand ano ba itong drug list, ano ba itong narco list. And in that request by Congressman Acop, we put that into motion where during that time, it was unanimously approved by the committee. So, may we ask now the PIDEA kung meron ba kayong pwedeng i-submit, ipakitang report dito sa committee ito?
Yes, Your Honor. We will show to you how the drug list came about. And this is very crucial in relation to the story of Ms. Garma.
So, in other words, DG, masusuportahan nyo yung sinasabi ni Colonel Garma.
As far as the making of the drug list, sir, is concerned.
Okay,
Yes,
will you
yes, sir.
submit to us or are you going to make a presentation?
We will give you a copy, sir, but again, we ask for your indulgence. Please find time to look at it because we assure you that after we finish the presentation, you will understand how this list came about. And
Sige, please.
yes, sir, I would like to request our Director for Intelligence, Director Bitong, sir, to brief.
Okay. So with the indulgence of the members of the committee, we will allow the PIDEA to make this presentation or this report before the Quadcom.